today I went hunting for a kite. Yes, a kite. And it's just been so interesting to me because I've seen it the past couple of days. It's a group of children and their parents just playing with a kite. And every time I saw it, 2 times in particular, it was the exact same place and it was the exact same nostalgic wave that hit me. And so I wanted to talk about this kite. I wanted to make a video about it. And I wanted to feel that emotion again, that nostalgia hit me, because I don't remember concretely playing with a kite, but I do remember a very, very vague memory of me holding it, and it's in the air. And it's such a little memory. It's so short. It's so vague that it might as well have never happened. But I wanted to touch it because the child in me said, no, that is you. And you did this someday, at some point. And so I went hunting for it. It was 8 p.m. It was dark. And it's actually today. It happened today. And I wanted to see it at the exact same place. It was raining. I was very unenthusiastic about finding it. And so I started walking really fast towards the park because tomorrow I have to be a corporate man and work. And so I did. And I went to the park, and immediately when I entered, I was like, I'm never going to find this kite, am I? But then I thought, well, maybe I'm going to find something else that's interesting. Or I will not find it, but I'll still talk about the kite because the memory of the kite is still strong in me. But anyway, when I enter, first thing that pops up in my brain and something I register immediately is this old man that's wearing complete black trousers, a black shirt, pretty postuous. I don't know if that's a word, but you get the point. He was pretty posh. And I was like, wow, okay, he's also tall. And I was like, okay, I will probably look like him when I get old, I hope, because he was dressed very well. But then he reached for the container, the trash bin, and he pulled out a banana peel, and he was looking for something in this trash. And I was like, okay, wow, what is this trying to tell me? Is this the universe saying something? Or am I just interpreting things? Because I thought, well, this man looks great. He's digging up trash, as if to say to me, well, maybe we were all children once and we had our dreams and we had our little ambitions, but then we get old and reality hits and we're probably left all alone. And or grandchildren or children, they go to other places to work, they leave us behind, our loved one dies or leaves us, and we're all left alone with a trash can and perhaps the kite to remind us of the great things. But anyway, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm going to talk about this. And then I go a little bit further, and that's exactly where I know that the kite will probably be, because I always see it at that exact place. But it was not there. I figured, well, that makes sense. But some part of me didn't want to give up. I was like, okay, let's keep going. I will find this kite, or I will lay down and just sleep and wait for it the next day. Probably not, but so I keep going, right? I keep walking, and there's no hope inside. I keep listening to different kind of songs with my headphones. I keep passing people. I keep seeing their little boxes, containers, and their projections, their smiles, maybe their sadness at some point. And I think about these things, but I don't see a kite. And then I see another old man, but this time he was not wearing black. He was wearing a white, brownish striped shirt. And holy macaroni, was he in a rush. He was in a rush somewhere, and he was old and he was slouched over, but he was in a rush and he was walking very, very confidently. And I was like, wow. So I don't know if you guys are interested in color theory, but for me, I was like, okay, so black and white. And is this like different kinds of worlds that exist here now? that this kite is bringing me to, because I only left my house to find this kite. I did not do anything. I did not leave for any other reason. And so I was like, okay. So this old man that was wearing black, he was calm, he was posh, but he was also digging up trash. And then this old man that was wearing white, he didn't look like anything special. He was walking very confidently, very fast for an old man, almost as fast as me. Okay, maybe not, because I'm pretty young. But he was just so confident in his walk, and he had a purpose. Just like the old man in black had a purpose, I guess, to find something in that trash can. I don't know. But the old man, he with the white striped t-shirt, he was just walking fast. And I slowed down. I wanted to see where he's going, because I was just curious, and he just kept going. He did not slow down. And so I passed him. And the park is kind of like a circular walking pattern. At least that's what I decided to go for, because maybe I'll find the kite, right? That's where most people walk. There's obviously sidewalks and stuff like that. So I turn around and I see him again, right? He's finishing the trail just like me. And I stare at him. I look at him, and I think maybe he's going to look at me and I will realize something about life. He didn't. He was looking straight at the ground, maybe sad about something. Maybe he lost something today, maybe not. And so I thought, well, I hope he hasn't, because maybe he's just tired. Maybe he lost a friend. Maybe he had bad news, or maybe he had good news, and he just wants to start exercising again by walking like this. But you see, I projected my own thoughts onto him, because I was, still I'm recently experiencing something related to loss and love, I guess. And so I passed him, and he didn't look at me at all. And then the lights turned on in the park, and I don't know if that's another sign or not, but I figured maybe not. And so we keep going. I keep walking. I am going around now, circling back, and then I see nothing special. But then another old man. At least he looked old. Maybe he wasn't that old, but he was wearing shorts. That old man with white was wearing trousers as well, by the way. They were beige. This man was wearing shorts. This old man was wearing shorts and a blue shirt. And I was like, wait, is this like the universe trying to ground me into normality and objectivity? Because, you know, black and white are two kind of extreme colors. And black's kind of depressing and a little sad sometimes. And white is kind of, you know, purity, cleanliness, you know, that's what we usually associate it with. And then I see this guy. He's not rushing at all. He's just chilling. He's the perfect middle. The old man with black, he was very slow, hands behind his back. The white shirt old man, he was very fast, very in a rush, trying to get somewhere. I don't know where. I still don't know. And then we have this guy, he's just walking at normal pace, normal waving of his hands. He touched, there's like a bush that was along the road, and he just touched it. That's all I saw from him. He looked at me. He was the only guy that really looked at me out of the old man. I was like, okay, interesting. I guess I'm not going to find a kite, though. And so I keep going. And I think maybe I'm going to find something else that's interesting. But no, I just see, parents with their kids running around and nothing special. Although that's also special in its way. So I keep walking. And I reach the end of the park. And by that point, and all the time I was like walking really fast, as I told you. And I kept going faster and faster, as if I was rushing to somewhere, because I wanted to talk about this kite. Even if I didn't see it, I wanted to talk about it. And then I see a big group of people in front of me that I need to pass. And just as I'm passing them, a woman just decides to walk right into my path from the group. And she was like, oops. And then I saw a kite in her hand. A kite, the same kite that I had seen before. And then I saw the little kid that was also holding a kite. I was like, wow. I just, I covered my mouth with my hands. They probably thought, what the hell is this guy doing? But I was just so surprised because I did not expect to find a kite. And so what happened was I was just so happy. And I gave myself a little side quest and I fulfilled it. And I felt so happy. I just felt a little rush in my brain, in my heart. And I kept going. And I just wanted to go home and talk about this. And I guess now I'm home and I talked about it. And I thought, it was going to be something that I needed to talk about because I'm going to miss all the little details. I don't think so. I went shopping because I thought I'm not going to forget about it. And now I'm here and I realized that, well, as special as this moment was, and as much as I love kites, I probably didn't really talk about kites the way I wanted to, nor did I talk about old age. But I did tell you a story of a corporate man, I guess, that now realizes that, he loves kites and he probably finds too much meaning in things. And now he must wake up tomorrow and join the rat race again, wake up with the alarm and put on the little corporate clothes and pretend like nothing happened because nobody is probably going to want to listen to his little kite story. But they're going to want to work and grind. And yeah, I guess corporate man that loves kites and deep down is a little kid, just like every one of us, I suppose, is now signing off.